First giving glory and honor to God, the source of all our strength. First, let me say to Katie's family, you will always be in our thoughts and prayers. To the men and women of the Newport News Police Department, our brothers and sisters in law enforcement, we stand with you in this time of tragedy. The Bible says, weeping shall endure for a night, but joy will come in the morning. So all of us are here today to have some joy, to celebrate the life of a hero, to celebrate the life of one of God's angels. On February 4th, 1968, almost 52 years ago, Martin Luther King gave a famous sermon. And he was asked, how would you like to be remembered when you leave this world? He said, I want to be remembered as a preacher of the gospel. I want to be remembered as a person who loves his community and served his community. I want to be remembered as a drum major for peace and justice. But he also said, I know when I leave this world, I won't leave any money. I won't leave a fine car or a wonderful house. But what I want to leave behind me is a life of commitment, a committed life. Because if I can have had a committed life, then people will remember me. But ladies and gentlemen, Katie led a committed life. She was committed to her community, committed to her country, committed to the men and women of the Newport News Police Department, committed to her family, and committed to that lovely young lady named Reagan. Now folks, family, when Reagan grows up, tell her the most important compliment she could ever be paid is, you're just like your mother. Because she was an angel on this earth. Now, a lot of people have already heard the story about the last hours of Katie's life when she ran into Keith Ivey, a man, a father of three, single father, and he was speeding down the street because he had heard that one of his daughters had blacked out at school. And as he's racing down the street, I can only imagine what he thought, because I have two daughters too. And if I got a call about my daughters, the only thing I could have been thinking about was racing to that school and taking my daughters to the hospital. And I'm sure Mr. Ivey had the same thought, but all of a sudden, those blue lights started whirring behind him. And he said, he got nervous. But something miraculous happened. When Katie got out of that car, and Mr. Ivey looked through his rearview window and saw Katie smile, he said all of a sudden the nervousness went away, because he could feel the presence of one of God's angels here on this earth coming to help him. Now Mr. Ivey said that Katie went through her protocol of arrest, but she didn't arrest him. She let him go once she found out where he was going. And more importantly than letting him go, she blessed him. Because she said to him, I'm going to pray for you and your daughter. And I'm going to hope that they were okay. So Katie led a committed life. And she was also committed to her faith. And that's really important. The Bible says, as the chief said, no greater love has a man than to give his life for his friends. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you that Katie loved us all, because she gave her life for all of us. Those of you that she knew, and even those that she didn't know. She loved us so much that she was willing to lay down her life for all of us. Some years ago, the most important person in my life left this world, my mother. And I would fight with God continuously, and I say to God, why did you take her? Why didn't I have more time to spend with her? And God came back to me in a voice as clear as I can hear any of your voices. He said to me, my child, you might not have had all the time you wanted, but you had all the time that you needed to be loved by her, to be shaped by her, to be nurtured by her, to be encouraged by her, to be inspired by her, to be molded by her. And that's the message I send to you. Even though you might not have had as much time as you wanted with your loved one, you had as much time as you needed to be influenced and shaped by Katie. They say that the measure of life is the opportunities you have to shape people's lives, to change folks. If that's the measure of Katie's life, then her life was lived well, because look at all the people that honor her. One of the things that I took from that encounter with Mr. Ivy is that a 24-year-old woman who had only been on the police force less than a year got it. She got it. She understood what being a police officer was all about. It was not about numbers of arrests. It was not about clearance rate. It was about the lives you touched and the relationships that you build and the people that you bless. She got it. And I know she got it from her parents, and you raised her well. Because she understood well beyond her years. Katie, I didn't know her that well, but she must have been an old soul to understand the things that she did. When my mother passed, I told people that the best way I could honor her was to live my life so I would see her again. So I would say to each one of you who love Katie, to honor her, live your life so that you will see her again.